right, we made it. We are at Upper Creek Falls in Linville, North Carolina, our home state. We're trekking it along on the upper part trail. This is a loop trail. And oh, Hugo got me good. Oh. So this is a 1.7 mile loop, and it features, I think, maybe 3 or 4 really awesome waterfall shots. And the idea is we're packing in here and gonna park our butts hopefully at the base of one of these really awesome waterfalls. So the parking lot was not overly crowded, but it did have quite a bit of cars out there. So we're gonna probably run into some company, but that's to be expected on Memorial Day weekend. So far the plan is to trek out to some familiar places. I've been out here probably a number of times. Me and Rebecca have come out here once before. And probably gonna, once we get to some certain areas where we know we have access to some good flat ground, probably drop the pack and go scout for a good campsite, since those campsites are probably going to be off trail. So that's the plan. See you when you get there, or see you when we get there.
Oh, look at that. Shoot him off. Look at that. Shoot him off. Look at that. Shoot him off.
All right, we are passing the first waterfall. And Hugo's doing so much better than I am. Rebecca, you doing all right? Trekking along. How you doing, Rebecca?
Doing great.
All right. We got company today. All right, man. So the hike in wasn't bad. Very beautiful. We got to the camp spot that I was hoping to be at, and it ended up being occupied when we got there, like just occupied. So we kind of had to start searching around for another good camping spot, and they are few and far between out here. So we ended up turning around, looking for some other spots. We found 2 spots, but they just weren't big enough for a tent, for a fire, you know, for the hammock. You know, that was just not what we were looking for. A lot of the land here also has changed dramatically since Helene, or even just, you know, after 4 years of not being here. But we ended up finding a pretty good spot right off the trail. We got our fire set up. It's a little bit hilly here, so we've got quite a pitch that we're working with. The tent, let me see if I can get you guys on the tent. The tent is, you know, it's tucked away, but we got a few obstacles that we had to deal with, but we are right next to the water. I mean, we're steps away from this, which is incredible. Rebecca's working on hanging up some lights, and I'm about to pour myself a little bit of bourbon, because how can you go camping without bourbon? And probably start dinner soon.
Summertime. Time to sit back and unwind. Summertime. Time to sit back and unwind. Summertime.
We didn't bring water with us, but that's not a problem. We got platypus, and pretty much it's like a gravity-fed filter system that you know, you come down to a reasonable water source, and you fill up the bag, and you know, pretty much let gravity do its thing. This is the filter system, and every once in a while you got to clean it out. I would recommend reading the directions when you buy one. This is about probably 6 years old, maybe 6 years old. So I'm not sure if it's still available or if maybe they came out with a newer version. So once that snaps in there, it's pretty much going to start doing its thing. My water bottle's almost full. Bag's still looking pretty good. So once I fill up this water bottle, I'm going to just cap that off and start filling up the bag. So that's really good. Nice and cold. And I already did my water bottle. Now it's time to do this. This is what we use for the cooking. So Hugo just came down and joined us. We're out here. You can't see much, but there's our fire. Hey Rebecca, what'd you have for dinner?
Oh, I had some wonderful half-cooked beef stroganoff and some pork fried rice.
It was like sweet pork
It was
fried
sweet
rice.
pork fried rice.
It was really good.
It was delicious.
It was delicious. All right, there's our night campsite. We're gonna go hang out in the hammock here in a minute.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you said what can make me feel this way, my girl, my girl, my girl. Talking about my girl, my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees into me.
Let's make some coffee. Missing ingredient. Water. Not a problem. All right. Coffee maker. This is how we prep our coffee stuff. So this is the French press. We pre-ground our coffee. Have a seat, babe. That's good. Maybe you should move it over this way a little bit. Yum.
She made that name, right?
After backpacking in here yesterday, looking for a camp spot, we ended up very hungry. Can I get a spoon? And let me tell you, dinner last night was delicious. Something about working up that appetite. That's definitely been 4 minutes. Rebecca's pouring the coffee. I'll have a little bit of bourbon in mine.
It wasn't bourbon, it was dirt, but sure.
Oh, Hugo. You watching after the campsite for us? Thanks, bud. There's our delicious coffee. No creamer today, folks. I don't know if you can hear the waterfalls in the background, but it has raised the noise floor quite significantly. All right. It's another day in Linville Falls, Upper Creek.
Hot as shit.
Definitely hot and strong as shit. All right, give us your breakfast skillet review. Oh, let's get the label on the outside. There you go.
For the Mountain House freeze-dried breakfast skillet, eggs, potatoes, pork sausage, onions, and peppers, I would say 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I would say 7 out of 10 after we doctored it up.
Seven out of 10, folks.
Great,
We added some blue agave.
great sponge to the egg.
We added some blue agave, hot sauce, and some salt and pepper, and just like that, it's turned into a magic potion. That's gonna fuel us for the rest of the day. Coffee's pretty good.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, we're off. We're gonna go explore the beautiful waterfalls.
What? Waterfall!
Wow, there's so many of them here too. So when you come to Upper Creek Falls, if you go down the upper section, not the lower section, which you want to do the upper first. The lower is not that great. But the first half is pretty much the best part of Upper Creek Falls Loop Trail, and you'll see why.
Hear that?
out here in the Appalachia, we've got a lot of rhododendron. I mean, it pretty much covers a lot of the mountainside, especially around water. So if you plan on coming out here and camping in this area, one thing to remember and take into consideration when you are having a fire, don't burn the rhododendron. This stuff, from what I've heard, please correct me if I'm wrong, it's not good to inhale the smoke of the rhododendron. From what I understand, I've been told that you may experience some stomach cramps, diarrhea, nausea. So a lot of this rhododendron looks promising for anybody wanting to build a fire, but stay clear of it. Try to find the oak, the pine, the stuff that's dead, leaning over on other trees off of the ground, because more than likely it's not going to be rotted. So you'll still have a solid core, enough to give yourself a nice fire, fueling that thing for quite a while. that wraps it up for Upper Creek Falls in Linville. It was a great day. We spent it rock climbing all around the riverside here. Hugo came with us. It was a fantastic time. Would I come back here? Yes, but it's gotta have to be with lots of time in between. As I've said before, I've been here probably about a half a dozen times. Every time I come, it is a different adventure for sure. The landscape changes, the rock formations change, things travel down the river. It's pretty amazing. Should you come? Absolutely. Highly recommend this place. Definitely family friendly. You can come out here and spend 2 days, 3 days. You can even come out here and just do a single hike. It's a lot of fun. Definitely worth the trip.